Sophie never believed walls could talk until one whispered her name. It was her first night in the old boarding house. The rent was cheap, too cheap. The landlady, Pamela, had smiled nervously when Sophie asked why. "Just some tenants say they hear things at night," she said. Sophie laughed it off until 2:37 a.m. when she woke to a faint voice behind the wall near her bed. It wasn't wind, it wasn't pipes, it was a whisper, slow and raspy. "Sophie, help me." The next morning, Sophie met Tessie, a cheerful tenant in her 20s who had lived there for a year. When Sophie mentioned the voice, Tessie froze mid-laugh. "You heard it too?" she whispered. "Everyone hears something the first week. Don't answer it, ever." Downstairs, Pamela was cleaning the hall. When she asked her again, Pamela's smile vanished. "The wall's just old, dear. It creaks." But Sophie noticed her hands trembling. That night, the whisper returned, closer now. "It's cold in here. Please, let me out." By the third night, Sophie couldn't sleep. The whisper had turned into scratching, soft at first, then frantic, like nails dragging from inside the wall. Tessie knocked on her door. "You're hearing it again, aren't you?" They pressed their ears against the wallpaper. The sound stopped. Then, slowly, a man's voice echoed through the wall. "You shouldn't have come here." The girl screamed. Pamela ran in, pale as chalk. "Go back to bed. You don't want to wake him." The next morning, a man arrived, tall, quiet, and unsettlingly calm. She introduced him as Lucifer, her nephew, the building's caretaker. He had strange eyes, pale gray, almost silver. He smiled at Sophie a bit too long. "I keep the house quiet," he said softly. "Walls remember more than people think." Later that night, Sophie heard footsteps inside the wall, and a whisper, not pleading this time, but warning. "He's the one who trapped me." Determined to uncover the truth, Sophie tore off a section of wallpaper. Behind it, she found faint drawings, a floor plan, hand-sketched in red ink. It showed a hidden room between her wall and Lucifer's apartment. Tessie helped her trace the outline. There was a bricked-up door behind Sophie's bed. That night, the whisper returned, frantic now. "He's coming! Don't let him open it!" But the sound wasn't just behind the wall anymore. It was beneath the floor. Sophie and Tessie searched the basement the next morning. There was a locked iron door, same size, same position as the hidden one upstairs. Pamela caught them. Her voice cracked. "You shouldn't meddle with the dead." When Sophie demanded answers, Pamela finally whispered, "It's my son. We sealed him in after what he did. He was possessed. We couldn't kill him, only contain him." Tessie gasped. Lucifer wasn't Pamela's nephew. He was her son. That night, the whisper turned into screams. The wall shook violently. Dust poured from the ceiling. Lucifer's voice thundered from downstairs. "You shouldn't have looked for him." The air turned cold. The lights exploded, and from the wall, a hand burst through, gray, twisted, clawed. Sophie and Tessie ran. The door slammed behind them by itself. In the basement, they found Lucifer chanting over a glowing sigil painted on the floor. His eyes glowed white. "He's been calling me," he hissed. "I'm just helping him come back." The sigil flared. The iron door creaked open. From the darkness emerged a figure with no face, only a mouth stretching across where its eyes should be. "You set me free." Pamela appeared, holding an old cross and screaming ancient words. The entity shrieked and began to crumble, but Lucifer lunged, trying to protect it. The walls shook, cracking open. Tessie grabbed Sophie's hand and dragged her toward the stairs. Behind them, the creature reached for Lucifer, pulling him into the wall as it sealed itself shut. The last sound was his muffled scream. Weeks later, the boarding house was abandoned. Sophie and Tessie moved out of town. But sometimes, at night, Sophie swore she heard it again, faintly through her new apartment wall. "Sophie, it's me. You forgot me." She pressed her ear to the plaster. Silence. Then, slowly, 3 knocks. Knock. Knock. Knock.